Friday. Happy Friday! Welcome back to another Colorful Keto with Dory. So today we're getting together to do some self-care, self-love, self-pampering. Miss Lexi! Hello, darling! So we're going to talk a little bit about how to just do a basic, fun manicure at home if you're using nail polish or if you're using gel polish. So I'm going to use gel polish today. That's what I prefer on my nails. But the steps that we're going to do are going to be pretty much the same if you're using regular polish. Now, if you're doing a gel polish, you need a gel curing lamp. And that is necessary. If you don't cure the gel in between, it doesn't harden, like ever. So that's the difference between gel and polish. Now, when you're using a gel, you have to file it off. So you're not able to just remove it with a polish remover. There is a gel remover as well, but it's a process. So when you wear gel polish, I usually will just file it down and put a new coat on top so that you're not fully removing. It is pretty much the same as doing a false nail when it comes to the adhesion to the nail, the damage you will cause if you remove them. But the beauty of a gel polish is it will stay nice for 2 weeks. Like, you can literally wear it and it will grow out if you apply it properly. It won't chip, it won't lift, it will look nice and shiny for a long time. Whereas I find if I do my nails with nail polish, I can spend hours and hours doing my nails, and by the afternoon the next day, they're starting to chip, they don't look as nice anymore, and then I'm sad. So I'm going to get my light all plugged in, and we're going to start with getting prepared. So the most important thing that you need to do when you're doing a manicure or a pedicure or any kind of nail treatment at home is preparing your nails. So I'm going to show you guys each one hand here so that you can see closely. Now, the most important thing that you want to do is you want to push back your cuticles, and you want to make sure you don't have any skin attached to the fingernail itself, because that's how you end up with lifting, is you have this little bit of skin and then your polish gets attached to that, and as it starts to grow out, it will lift. Now, the problem with lifting is that then you get germs and bacteria underneath of your nails. I can show you guys in a different video what to do if you wear fake nails and they're growing out, how to maintain them and how to grow them out, because you don't really want to remove them. So the first step that we're going to do is we're going to push back our cuticles. You can also use a cuticle trimmer for this if you prefer, which I generally do prefer a cuticle trimmer. It looks like this, and you want to go around and you want to push back all of your cuticles or trim all of the cuticles anywhere where it's attached to the nail so that you don't get any lifting. So that's the first thing we're going to do. I'll move closer so you guys can see. And you just take this and you trim around, or you can use a cuticle pusher and push back your cuticles. But that's the first thing we need to do. I kind of pre-did this yesterday just to save us a little bit of time in doing this today. I've been planning to do this live for a week, so every couple of days I've been just sort of pre-prepping my nails and then running out of time and not actually finishing it, because I don't know, that's how things always roll around here. I'm the smoothness of Dory. So smoothness. And also, I've never noticed a difference between gels. So some of the gels I buy are professional gels. Some of them are the Sally Hansen ones. And I do find that you can mix and match with them. I even have some mood color changing gels. I only saw them for a very small time on the market. But these ones go on one color and then they change if it's hot or if it's cold. I have some that are sparkly, some that are just a base color. I'm slightly obsessed. I have quite a collection, I won't lie. Like, I have quite a collection. I'm one of those people, like, I like variety. I like a lot of color. So the next thing we're going to do is you're going to take a nail file, a low grit nail file, or a buffing block, and we're just going to lightly buff over the whole nail. Now, this is going to allow, whether it's polish or gel, to adhere better. So it's going to attach better even if you're using a nail polish. Now, you want to make sure you get right in the edge where the skin attaches to the nail on the side there. And again, your main goal here is just to make sure that there isn't anything attached around the base of your nail. So we're going to quickly do that on each of the nails. If you skip this step, this is where you're going to find lifting. Every single time, this is where you're going to have an issue, is if you're skipping this step. There are some paint-on primers as well that you can use, but I find honestly it's just as easy to give them a quick file or buff, and you just want a nice clean surface to be working with. The other benefit of this is any dirt, any contaminants, any skin oils that are on your nails are going to be buffed off in this stage as well. Now, if your nails are like mine and they're very thin and very fine, I don't shape my nails until after I've put the gel or the polish on them, just because my nails are less likely to be weak then. So I'll move closer so you guys can see. You want to just buff all the way around the edges and all the way around your corners. Second hand. Oh, it's so nice to see you, Nancy, Crystal, ladies. Who we got on Facebook? We got Patty. Nice to see you. It says 6 people are watching on Facebook, but it only shows me you, Patty. So send me a wave or say a hi so I know you guys are in here. I don't know why Facebook hides this from me, but it does. It does all the time. Facebook's all like shady, I'm not gonna lie. Shady. It shows me people are watching, but now they're just secret people. And also with the delay in the comments, sometimes it takes like 10 minutes before I see a comment on Facebook at all. So this is something, you know what, you could just sit down and do when you're relaxing, or, you know what, watching something on Netflix with your family, and just do the pre-prep part of your nails. This is, again, something I've done a couple times this week because I was planning on doing this with you guys. So we're down to the very last one, and then I'll show you the next step. But again, this is so important to do this part. If you ever are somewhere and they're doing your nails and they don't properly prep them, you know you're going to have lifting, and you know you're going to have some problems. Okay, so then I've got some alcohol wipes prepared. You want to do an alcohol wipe as opposed to washing your hands. And the reason for that is you don't want to get a bunch of moisture on your fingernails. So the alcohol wipe will remove any dust, anything that's left on your hands and on your fingers, but it's not going to be an issue with our polish or our gel. So once you just wipe them all off, you can see we're all prepared and ready to go and ready to start. So we're just going to let our hands dry from that, and make sure that you're getting right into the corners, because anywhere where you've left your nail filings, your little bit of dust, same thing. It's going to be a problem for the adhesion of your polish or your gel. So we're going to let that dry, and I'm just going to quick wipe up my area, wipe off my file, and then we're ready for the next step. Now, with gel, you're going to want to use a liquid primer. If you're doing just a nail polish, this is where you're going to use your base coat. So I'm going to put my fingers really close so you guys can see. So don't mind me, I'm going to stick like my junk right up in there, because I want you to see that where you want to polish from is you want to start just before the cuticle. You don't want any of
your product to get in the cuticle. So you want to get close to it, but not touching it. Any product that touches your cuticle is going to give you an issue with lifting. So you want to prime your entire nail as close as you can. Sorry, move it that way. And we're just going to put a quick prime coat on each of them. Now, there are also some gels and some polishes that have a primer included in them. So depending on what kind of base coat you're using, if you're using a base coat with a primer in it, then you can skip this step. Basically, what the primer does is it lightly etches the nail, but it also gives it like a sticky base for the gel to adhere to. And you only use just a little bit of primer. You basically want to just wet your brush and then pull it along. It's not something that you want to be putting tons and tons of on, just a very thin coating of your primer. I'm much better with my other hand than I am with this one. That's how that goes. Oh, Michelle. Michelle says my nails are frightening. LOL. I was just thinking, what am I gonna do? See, perfect timing. You know what? I was talking about it yesterday with Lexi, and I thought, you know what? Why not? This is something we can do together. It's something that we can do at home. It combines so many different things, you know, relaxation, self-care. It's going to make you feel nice about yourself. It's going to make you feel like you had a treat or you went to the spa. That's nice. Gourmet! Nice to see you, Gourmet. We're doing girly stuff today. We're just doing our nails. So, I don't know. You may or may not like the nail tips. You don't know. Some guys are really nice and they'll like paint their girlfriend's nails and stuff. So this one is a clear, transparent base and top coat. What I like about this one is a UV reactant. So when I use this one, especially when you're using a clear, sometimes it's hard to see where you've gone around if you have touched the cuticle at all. So if you're doing gel, I do recommend that you get the UV base. Also, it's super cool when we're allowed to go out again because the UV base does glow under black lights if you go out to the bar, just saying. So the same thing with this. You want to start close to your cuticle, but you don't want to touch your cuticle. It's easiest if you start from the middle and work your way up. And then just smooth it out as you go. And then you want to just very lightly go over the edge of your nail as well. Technically it's called capping, but what it does is it seals all the way to the edge of your nail so that it doesn't start to separate out away. So I'm going to do my thumb first, but I'm going to hold it up so you guys can see. This is UV light reactant. So underneath of the light, you can see where it's glowing. I'm going to move it to you guys on Instagram too in a second so you can see. You can see that it will glow underneath of that light so that I can see where all I have gotten my polish. So for clear coats, you want to run your light one time, which is set on a 30-second timer. When you do your colored coats, you want to run it 2 times. Now, I can feel and I can see that I got a little bit of gel underneath of my nail here. So what we're going to do is we're going to file that off before we do the next coat because that is going to give me lifting and that's not going to be a lot of fun. So I'm just going to underneath of my nail like that, and then I'm going to take my nail file. And that will give me a nice tight seal underneath of my thumb. So you can see how that goes all the way around the edge. I don't know if you guys can see all that well. But then it caps the edge of your nail so that you don't get all kinds of lifting. So I'm just going to wipe that again with the alcohol wipe. And then we're going to do this hand. So same thing again. You want to start at the base close to your cuticle in the middle. And then just slide your brush down. And really the main key that you're going for is that you don't want to actually touch the sides of the cuticle. You want to get it really close in there, but you don't want to touch. So you can see it comes right to the edge, but it doesn't actually touch the edge. And again, if you have any dust or anything on there, it's going to get stuck underneath of. So if you notice something there as you're doing it, pull it off real quick. I've gotten little hairs stuck underneath of clear gel before, and that's kind of funny because you can see it. Like, it's almost like the shininess of the gel magnifies any little bit of fluff or anything that's in there. So we got hand one. And again, see if I can move that so you guys can see, this gel glows. So it's easier to see once it's under the light where I have gotten the gel. And it's a great time to keep an eye out, because if you did get any attached to the cuticle, then at that point you can file it off before you do your next coat, and then you don't have any issues with lifting. Because again, if you wear any type of nail polish, nail gel, artificial nail, the issue that you have with them is if they start to lift. You can just get way too much stuff under there. So we're going to do the second coat on this hand. You want to do 2 coats of your base coat. So the same thing if you're doing polish, you want to let them dry in between. You can also use a polish dryer. So there's usually like an aerosol spray, or there's a paint on nail dryer that you can also use to dry in between coats. The biggest deal when you're using a polish is to make sure that it's completely dry in between coats, so that you don't end up with bubbling and issues underneath. So we got this hand in. Now, when I do them myself, I will do them this way, and then you just curve your thumb so that you can get your whole hand under there all at one time. And then we shall do the other hand. And I'm curious, should we do like some sort of decal or some sort of color? I was kind of just thinking plain, but I suppose we could get it like a little bit exciting if you want to. I do have an assortment of different decals and colors and things like that, but I think we might save the funky colors for when we do a pedicure together, because then I can do like some really funky bright colors. So this is 2 coats of the clear, and we're going to do my other hand. So I'm curious if any of you guys do this stuff at home normally. I've been doing my nails at home for years and years and years. When my son was 6 months old is when I took my full aesthetics course, and he's 22 now, so it's been a while that I've been doing this at home on my own. My light itself is the Sally Hansen one, so you don't have to necessarily go out and buy the super expensive equipment either. It just needs to be a UV light. The brand of it doesn't matter. When I bought this one, I got it at Shoppers Drug Mart, and they were doing a kit set, and it came with a couple of polishes and the gel light and the base and everything that you need just to get started all at once. Lighting really is important too when you're doing this. It makes it much easier if you have good lighting. Oh, Sharon! Lady, it's been so long. How are you? How are you feeling? Health-wise, I know you've been struggling a lot lately, so I'm curious with all of this epidemic stress how you're making out at your house. Make sure you pop your latest YouTube video in the comments too, hun, so that everybody can catch up with you and see how you doing. I'm all like twisted, weird, and uncomfortable now. There we go. There we go, Tracy. Oh, lady, it's been forever. I've not seen you in forever. Forever. So I want to know. I guess, Lexi, you probably can't answer me because you're painting your nails too. I was gonna say what color are you gonna use, but now you're doing your nails. You can't type in there and tell me. So we got first coat. We're gonna do the second coat, and I can feel on my thumb again. I got a little under there, so I'm just gonna quick file that off underneath of the edge. And we're going to do second coat. Okay. And then, once we're done this, I'm going to come back and we're going to do Fun Flavor Friday today. And I've decided we're doing cheese and broccoli for our flavors of the day. So I'm going to show you guys how to make chaffles. And we're going to make mini bagels. And we're going to do them with cheese and broccoli. So I'm super excited about that. That's a fun, easy way to sneak veggies in on your kids. If they don't like the vegetables, you can put them into their chaffles and you can put them into their mini bagels, and then they don't even know that they're there. But shh, don't tell them I told you, because then they won't trust me anymore either. I have one friend, and when she started keto, she's so funny. She's like, yeah, when I first started making my mashed potatoes, I made them like I normally did, but then I put 3/4 potatoes and then 1/4 cauliflower, and each time I made them, I put less potato and less cauliflower, but I still kept calling them mashed potatoes, and now at my house, mashed potatoes are 0% mashed potatoes. Which makes me giggle. You know what, sometimes you just gotta do what your family needs that's best for them, whether they know it or not. Okay, so we're gonna get this hand underneath. Sharon says, oh, yay, here's my YouTube link for anyone who wants to stop by and watch. Yay! Let us know what your last video was, too. What did I post last? Freebie Friday. If you guys want Freebie Friday giveaway stuff, check out my page on Facebook and Instagram and my YouTube, and there's instructions for that. Because we all love to win stuff. Sharon says, hey everyone, hope y'all are doing well and keeping safe and healthy. Yes, that is our wish above all else, is that everyone is well and healthy and safe. So this is our finishing wipe. Now, once you're done with the gel, it's tacky. Like, you can feel a sticky coat on top of it that you're like, what is that? Why didn't it actually cure? It did. That's how it's supposed to be. Then we take a little piece of paper towel or a piece of cotton, and you want to wipe it with your finishing wipe. If you don't, it will just feel weird and sticky and tacky for the whole time. So then we're just going to give it a wipe off. And honestly, what I love about gel polish is how shiny it is. It's like super, 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 super shiny. So even when you're just doing a plain color, plain clear, I feel fancier. Also, with the gel, it does give your nail a little bit more strength, a little bit more thickness. Then, once I've got my gel on, is when I will go back and shape my nails. Just because my nails are so fine and so thin that if I try to file them without any gel on them, oftentimes I will snag parts of my nails and I will break it. So for me personally, I prefer to put my gel on and then go back and shape my nails. Now, I think partly because I was trained as a nail technician, I always wear my nails square. You will never see me with any other shape of my nail. for a couple reasons. One, they're the strongest when they're square. It's easiest to keep them clean when they're square. So that's how I do. So I'm just going to square off my nails nicely. And then we'll look at some nail decals and nail arts, and I'll show you kind of some of the different things that I keep on hand for that as well. And again, I normally will do that more often on my toes than on my fingers, because I do so much cooking that I like to keep my hands just very basic and clean looking. So let's wipe up our area, and then we can look at some nail arts. I have a few different kinds and types of nail art too, and I think some of you may have seen some of them before, some of you may have never seen this stuff before, so we might be sharing something new and exciting today. So I do have some of these, and these are a gel wrap. So the way that you use this is you put on your base coat, and then this is like another coat of gel. So you would size them over your nail and apply them, and then put another coat of gel on top. Honestly, I usually like to keep these on hand for a one accent nail. I don't usually do a full-on manicure of that. You can also buy those in sticker form, which I have from time to time. You can get them just about anywhere, even at the dollar store. Then I have some foils. So this is just gold and silver foil, and the way that you use this is you put your top coat on, and then you want to take your foil out, and it's usually easier if you do it with a cuticle pushing stick. Let me see if I can find one of those. I know I've got one in here somewhere. Or a pair of tweezers. Tweezers will work well also. But basically you take the little bits of foil and you want to just attach them one at a time. So if you're doing a design, you would just take your foil and you would attach it that way. That's all easy peasy, and then polish right over top of. So foil is one of the ways that I do decaling. And the nice thing about that is you can kind of get creative, and at the same point you don't have to be super precise. Nobody expects foiling to look exactly precise. Then I have, oh look, I even have some of the sticker style ones. So these are the sticker style ones that you could get like from the dollar store. Same thing. I would put a clear polish on underneath of it, just so that you don't get any lifting underneath of there, any dirt, any bacterias or anything like that. I also have, these are French manicure strips. So with these ones, what you would do is you would take the strip and you would place it on your nail where you wanted to do your polish, and then you would just polish around it. So you would stick your decal on and then do your polish, and then remove your sticker, and it would give you that shape. So I have some triangle ones. I don't know why you're doing that, Facebook. I don't know. Okay, what else do I have that's fun in here? These are my collection of different nail decals. So these ones you just stick on and then do your top coat over. So I've got a variety of different sorts of decals. And again, some of these I bought at the nail supply store. Some of them I bought at the dollar store. I don't find a huge variation in the quality of them. I find pretty much stickers are stickers, decals are decals, but I have a whole bunch of different designs, and some of them, these ones I kind of like, they're meant to look like a French manicure. So you can do all sorts of fun, kind of interesting things. So for example, if you were doing this one, you would put the sticker on that part of your nail and then do your clear polish over top, and it would look like you had this fun half manicure. So those are quick and easy, and again, you can get a variety of colors and styles and all of that. And they're a quick and easy way to fancy up just plain nails. Even if you're doing clear or if you're doing a color behind them, super easy, super fun. So, do you guys have any questions about different sorts of nail products while we're in here and while I'm digging in the pile? Sharon says, ooh, very pretty, very springy, right? Like, so fun and easy, and I'm happy even just with a clear nail. I do feel like I'm more put together when my nails are done. I like pictures better when my nails are done. I want to show you guys my color changing gels just because they're the least common out of everything that I own, and they're very, very hard to find. So this one turns purple to pink, and this one turns teal to purple. So those ones are my favorite color change. I have posted a couple videos of the color change, putting my toes in the tub, so you guys can see how the color changes. It's kind of like a mood ring for your fingernails, which I find super, super exciting. Karen! Lady, it's been forever. Oh my goodness, this is the day. We're catching everybody today. Friday, good luck. And I do, again, I have such a variety of colors because you guys know me. I love color, everything. This is one of my favorite colors. It's a dusty rose. It looks amazing on everybody. But I mean, everything from dusty rose to hot pink to blues and teals and dark purples. I have a lot of different sparkly ones as well, because again, why wouldn't you want all of the sparkle in the world? Duh. But this is my setup that I keep at home, and I do need to go through this and organize it and clean it up. So maybe when I do that, I might do a video for you guys and show you how to organize this kind of stuff as well. But hopefully this is helpful for you guys and you get to pamper yourself a little bit at home, and I'd say save some money, but right now going out to get this done isn't even an option. So right now we're at pamper yourself or go without. So I'm glad to get to hang out with you guys and show you how to give yourself a little bit of love at home. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll be back, I'm going to say probably about 20 minutes, and let's make some broccoli and cheese. Patty says, I have to keep my nails polished to keep them from breaking and splitting. Yes, that makes a huge difference. Like, are yours thin like mine? My nails are so very thin, and also once they start to grow out, I find my nails dip down quite a bit. So if I keep them polished, then they're just stronger and they stay together better, especially in the winter. I find especially Canadian winter is just so dry that my nails get double brittle. It's funny because I prepared my nails yesterday to do this manicure live, and then I broke 3 nails today because I had already shaped my nails and I didn't protect them. So this will help you in the long run. There's nothing worse than breaking a nail super low. I'm sure you've all been through that, where you broke a nail like down where it was bleeding. So this will help you with those issues over the winter as well. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you so soon. We're going to make some yummy stuff. Bye, guys. Happy Friday. Let's get back our Friday song, because why not? It's Friday. Oh, and seeing how we're listening to the Friday song, this is the post for Freebie Friday. So make sure you go and enter in Freebie Friday today. We're going to party. See you guys soon.